the management of Jet Airways. Mahalingam Shivkumar, Senior VP Finance of Jet Airways, joins us on the line from Mumbai. Shiv, good to have you. Thanks so much for joining in. Just to confirm this and put it on record, 25-30% or probably even more than that is what the kind of airline fare hike that has happened. This news came about yesterday. Is it true?
Good morning to you. Let me tell you, let me put the facts in the right perspective.
Sure.
The last two and a half years, the fuel prices have been substantially increasing. It has gone up from 38 rupees to a litre, and today it is 65 rupees to a litre. And the yield has remained stagnant for about 2 years. When an industry suffers from excess capacity reflected by irrational fares, there is no choice, but at some point of time, these fares have to go up. And hence, we are finding the recovery, under recovery has been about 15%. So it has to go up.
Right.
So it is, it all depends on the demand supply in any case. And we have a dynamic revenue management system, and based on whatever we can take and what we can absorb. And to that extent, the prices go up.
Do you expect this trend to continue? Because, of course, it's closely linked with what happens with crude prices. And there is opinion that might go up as well.
Take the case of oil companies. Relentlessly, they have been passing on the cost increases on to me every 15 days. At that point of time, there is no thinking about whether airlines will be able to absorb or pass on this increase. So such practice must actually be introduced. But at this point of time, all that I can say, based on whatever is happening in the marketplace and our own requirement to have a healthy, sustainable growth, we need to have increasing prices. So to that extent, we have increased the prices. And all depends on the sector and all. At this point of time, I am not going into it. We need to increase our prices to be able to, meet our cash flow requirements. And so
even though you may not have kind of zeroed in on whether you're going to increase prices further, this is not the last price hike that we are seeing.
It all depends on the cost mechanism. If the oil prices go up, then obviously that the fares go up. And you are going to be seeing an increase in airport charges. All of it is going to be coming up at some point of time or the other, and we will not be able to absorb all of these increases.
Fair enough, Shiv. Warranted, but I was just trying to get a number out there. I mean, you think 25-30% is the ballpark average increase that has happened? I mean, yesterday?
No, I would not be able to say like that because it depends on the sector and the location, timing. Okay. And the time when you're actually booking the flights, departure minus 15 days, 30 days, and the yield mechanism is a very dynamic system. Sure. All that I can say is in the last 2 years, the yields have remained more or less stagnant, 1.5 years. So at some point of time, on an average basis, when you look at it, it has to go up, both in the LCC segment as well as in the full service segment. Okay.
What about market shares? I mean, I believe you touched 30% in February. Is there scope for further increase, or you believe the 30-32%?
We have been able to increase passenger base to some extent, certainly, yes. It is, some point of time, the fares have made a lot of difference, possibly. And also, there is a demand from all segments. So, we have clocked in more passengers in the month of February than we were doing it earlier. About 38,000 passengers in the domestic market on a daily basis.
So what happens to the bottom line, Shiv, for the quarter? I mean, there are contrasting flows out here. One, that you've got good market share, so on and so forth. The rates have just about gone up. And you did mention that there were pressure because of crude price rises and other factors as well. How is this quarter per se? We're pretty much at the end of it.
Too premature for me to say, but definitely, but this fare increase and all happened only now. So
right. Which is my point. Right. Since that has only happened now, but you've had a good passenger flow as well.
Yeah, obviously it will improve our numbers, but it is again the rupee depreciation and all is also an issue, and it remained at 53 in December, went back to 49 again, hovering at 50. So it makes a lot of difference depending upon how the rupee will fare finally. And most of the time it has fared between 50 and 53 for the last 2 months.